back again, and we have a very interesting gentleman, and this gentleman's name is Diego Monterrubio.
You got it right.
And I don't have a bit of a thing that tells me what he does that he really loves.
I am a visual artist. I am a professor of art.
Oh.
I paint, I draw, I sculpt, I talk, I teach, I photograph. I make just about everything you can think of.
Is that all you do?
I do a bunch of other things as well, but that pretty much takes a part of my life, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. You're a professor. Where?
I teach at Bakersfield College.
Wow.
I also teach occasionally. I teach for Fresno State. I am a full-time instructor and mentor at Central Valley High School over in Shafter, California.
Wow.
And so I'm originally from Lindsay, Porterville area. And I spent some time here in Fresno, maybe 6-7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was a resident artist at the Fresno Art Museum for several years.
Wow.
And then I ended up finding my way down to the South Valley, and now I'm currently in Bakersfield.
Well, good. I'm really so sorry that place that you were talking about, you were there. I can't think of the dumb word. It's me that's dumb. Okay, you were in a gallery that they closed, and they should never have closed it. It was beautiful.
Which one was that?
Downtown.
Oh, that was the Metropolitan Museum.
Yeah.
I was at the Fresno Art Museum.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had some. My husband and I had some stuff in the.
It was grand, It was grand, and unfortunately things happened. But fortunately, the Fresno Art Museum is still doing well, and I'm very supportive of them, and they've been very supportive of me.
That's
and so,
great.
yeah, so Fresno's been really good to me actually. The short time that I was here, met some amazing people, met some amazing artists. I was able to develop myself as an artist as well.
Well, that's the wonderful place to get put in. That it's helping you as much as you're helping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an amazing time, me being a resident artist at the museum, because I was able to teach classes there.
Oh.
The staff was spectacular. Everybody, it's such a family there. I mean, even to the day, people who work at the museum still are very amazing people. Michelle's wonderful there.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, Fresno was one of my kickstart places when I was here, and like I said, I was able to finish up some school at Fresno. Then I got an MFA at the University of Texas.
Oh, good.
And then just after that, I was just kind of a roller coaster ride, kind of exhibiting some work and making some more work, and I was able to exhibit in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, Mexico City. I was in New York one time.
Fantastic.
I've been invited to go to Argentina. I've been invited to go to Barcelona, and been invited to go to Madrid.
Wow.
So that's an amazing feeling that people appreciate what I do.
Yes.
And
well, tell me about your art. What do you do?
Excuse me?
What type of art do you do?
I make a little bit of everything. I have different genres and different bodies of work I like to delve into, and I do from painting high heel shoes, which is a homage to my mother, who's a dress designer, to a love story that I paint that's called Una novela de un amor eterno, that translates to a novel of an eternal love. And then I do a bunch of other contemporary random things that kind of come across my mind. So
it's exciting because you're really delving into new things and trying things. Trying things is the most wonderful thing, because you never know what's going to come out of it. Maybe it could nothing, but it could be something good.
No, I'm a firm believer of that. I really believe you have to push yourself and challenge yourself as an artist. There's so many people to admire. Reason being because they always challenge themselves. They never got stuck thinking, well, this is what I do and this is all I can do is only what I want to do. Where I don't have a limit. I feel it's kind of limitless.
Yes.
Where I don't. If I want to try to make something out of this material, then I'm going to do it. And then well, how about this material now? Or how about this painting? Or how about 20 by 20? And it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into sculpture because I love it so much. And I did 2 sculptures when I was in school when I was 18, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, that's cool.
I think, wow. I decided started out to make a head, any kind of a head. It turned out to be Jesus.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful.
Divine intervention.
Yeah, you just never know what's going to happen. Just give it a try.
I love spontaneous when things are spontaneous that way. And so, I mean, I got paintings like the one behind us. As part of the love series. Got a nice big teardrop. It says, "Ya no puedo soportar más el dolor," which means I cannot support any more pain. And the love story that I write about, that I paint about, is most likely kind of autobiographical about myself.
Good.
It's from mine. It's personal. It's original. And I love doing what I do and writing the novella. And so I was able to paint and write the first chapter in New York. I was a resident artist at the Art Student League in New York City back in 2012. It was an amazing experience, an amazing place to be.
Wow.
Really neat stuff.
I lived there 8 years.
New York, yeah, it's wonderful.
New York.
Wild. Yeah. And there's another one right there that's more of a larger piece. That's 4 foot by 8 foot. That was in an exhibit over at the M Street complex that we had here a few years ago.
Oh.
And so, once again, another amazing exhibiting place here in town. I love Fresno. Fresno's been so good to me. Like I said, I mean, I get wonderful invitations to exhibit my work, and people collect my work. I'm gonna go meet some people after we're done here.
Wow.
I have some people that I'm gonna meet up with that I work in my car that I have to deliver to them.
Yeah.
Just kind of run around.
Well, I notice your art is, it's got a lot of line, which I like.
It changes. I mean, like I said, I'm inspired by
This is
different
totally
things.
different.
This was from a photograph that I took in Guanajuato, Mexico. And so I was on vacation. I went to go drop off some work. I was exhibiting some work there, and I just saw all the artisans that were doing all this beautiful work. And once again, I was inspired by inspiration of someone else, and so it was neat.
How do people get your art?
They can find me easily. I'm pretty easy to find.
Okay.
And so my name is Diego Monterrubio. If you just Google that, my name kind of comes up, which is pretty neat, right? And then I have a Facebook page, Diego Gutierrez Monterrubio, which is my full name, and then I have an art page on the Facebook, which is just under Diego Monterrubio.
Oh, good.
And then I also have an Instagram page, which is also Diego_Monterrubio. So.
And do you get through that process? Do you get a lot of sales?
I do. Actually, as a matter of fact, I do. I get really well. I think it's because of the connections that I have with other artists, and so we were able to connect. And I'm lucky because, and I feel this is where I really feel the love, where I have other people who are also artists, and we share each other's work.
Right.
I've had people ask me, "Hey, Diego, do you think you can do this? You think you can do this?" And honestly, I probably can, but I know a friend of mine, and maybe that's her thing, or maybe that's his thing.
Yeah.
And so I just say, how about you contact my friend here? And that's what they do, and you'll get an amazing piece of artwork. That's
a
part
wonderful
of,
connection.
Yeah,
It
I think
really
so.
is.
I mean,
It is.
the one thing about the art world, I think, creating relationships with people,
Yes.
and supporting them as much as they've supported you is really important.
And artists are wonderful people.
Mm-hmm.
And but my what do you call it when you write a book about yourself?
Autobiography.
Autobiography. Mine is mostly theater
Yeah.
because that was my life.
Oh, see,
And I loved it so much.
yeah, it's fun. One of the categories of art.
Yeah, it is.
So that's one of the. I mean, that's my other passion is becoming a teacher, becoming a professor. I had I've had amazing mentors in my life. My grandfather was a painter. He was an illustrator for Coca-Cola in Mexico for 40 years. And so I've been painting since the age of 8. And then from there on, I was exhibiting with friends of his, older people. And I'm an 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid with a small little painting and letting me do my thing. And then over the course of time, I've had a mentor out of Springville, California by the name of Tom Howe. Also an old professor of mine that kind of guided me along the way. And then several other people. And then I met Ed Gillum out of Fresno State, the sculptor professor. Him and I had an amazing connection, and he was the one who actually suggested I should go get an MFA so I could
Yeah.
become a professor.
Yeah.
And then when I went to grad school, I met another gentleman by the name of Philip Field, who's was from New York, and he was a really inspirational gentleman who would talk about New York and have
Great.
wine and talk. So it was pretty
Great.
cool.
I have teaching papers too for adult education. And
Okay.
Mine are mostly theater
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and
fun.
then right now I'm actually teaching full time for a school, Central Valley High School in Shafter.
Oh.
It is an alternate ed education school, and 98% probably Latino kids. And so I've been there for 1 year now. Had an amazing year, inspiring some kids that maybe don't ever have that kind of opportunity. And then at the same time, I was able to create this pathway so we can get them over to maybe Bakersfield College or CSUB in Bakersfield.
Fabulous,
Yeah,
fabulous.
yeah. This year I was actually really neat because I've been mentoring 2 other students of mine for the last few years at Bakersfield College, and both of them, one of them got into the Fresno State art department, and the other one got into art school in Pasadena.
Oh, Pasadena. Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm excited for both of them. I mean, that's kind of the idea. Somebody gave me some gift and some mentoring, and now I get to give it to them.
No,
And so Art Center is what she got into.
Pasadena, I went to Pasadena Playhouse. It was a school for actors.
Yeah,
And oh, what a wonderful!
Yeah.
It was a wonderful place.
yeah,
Yeah, we did shows and everything.
yeah. It's fun. It's fun. It's all great.
Yeah, I have a play that may be done this summer.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Speaking of a play, I'm going to go meet up with a buddy right now. Well, I was sitting here in the Tower District when I was living in Fresno, and I was having a cocktail in the middle of the day. I like to do that after I'm done painting. And I was down the street, and I was listening to the music that was on the jukebox, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to write a musical right now, right? And so I grabbed a stack of napkins, right? And I grabbed a pen, and I started listening to the songs and the songs, or the words in the songs, and I started writing, creating the story, right? And so a buddy of mine comes in, he goes, hey, what are you doing? Like, I'm writing a musical. And he says, all right. And so he sits next to me, and the stack of napkins is going like this, like as I'm writing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm in there for about an hour, and the stack's kind of doing this thing. And then some other friends come in, they said, Diego, what are you doing? And my buddy says, stop, leave him alone. He's writing a musical. And so it's like theater.
I want to be in it.
Oh yeah, that's what everybody wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
And so at some point, I'll finish this writing of this musical. And the funny part is it's called Huevos Rancheros, the musical. And so, you have some fun with it. It's art, and and you get inspired by different things, and
That's wonderful. That's
whether it's a small piece or it's a painting or a sculpture or or a poem, or whatever. I mean, I think the idea is if you have something fun to have fun with, and do
I
it.
think too. I think, and I'm so glad you came in.
Thank you.
Talked to you, and
Yeah.
I hope I can get you to come in again.
Oh, definitely. Anytime.
Yes,
I love the
anytime.
invitation.
I'm sure you're always involved in so many different things. You have plenty of things to talk about.
I do. I have all kinds of stories. So fun.
Okay, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you guys. Thanks for having me
Take
here.
care now.
Appreciate it.
That's it for today. We'll see you next Thursday.